if you, when you look back over the video from last week, what else you noticed or what thoughts came to mind that weren't in the moment?
I noticed that we are still work in progress in certain things, and we needed to be a little bit more clinical in situations, because in the end we counted the chances we had, and we had more chances, and this is a trend that I really struggle to digest, because normally when you have that kind of stats, at least, and you don't win, at least you don't lose, and even a draw, it would have been a little bit difficult to digest, even if I thought that it was maybe the fairer result, just because of episodes that they had chances on episodes. I didn't think that we were overplayed or anything like that. I think that they have good quality players that can hurt you in different moments. Don't forget, this is a team that ran away with the MLS Supporter Shield just 2 years ago, not 10 years ago. So the vast bulk of the squad is there. And so, but I think that we play eye to eye with one of the best teams, in my opinion, in MLS. And just at this moment, even in transition, when we press, we could have been a little bit more clinical and to make it count. And then after we lose the ball in those moments, and it doesn't even count as a chance in the overall stats. But when you watch video, and I don't want to go frame by frame with you, but for sure you will see that there are situations in which we should free one of our players in front of the goal, and instead the ball is just a little bit too short, too long, and these little details make the difference. So the importance of every ball, especially when you play at highest level, is immense.
Also, just following up, yesterday was a pretty big day for Enzo Copetti, bringing a new girl into the world, and just wondered, did everything fall right, where he's going to be able to get right back in where he is with the team, and I don't know how that works.
I just saw him now. We did some video with him this morning, just to review certain things. So everything is fine. He's a happy man. Obviously, it's something that him and his wife planned for a long time, and he's over the moon, and he's smiling, and he's very happy, but also very focused on what he needs to do on the pitch, because also he needs to improve. He needs a little bit of time to adapt, like everybody else, when they join a different league.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Steve.
Hi, Christian. Good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
One of the things, just going to Copetti there, one of the things I enjoyed watching in the opener was his pressure up front. And I know I don't want to call it a one-man press because the outlets were being covered as well, so it was a group effort. But he kind of lurks like a panther, for appropriate term. He kind of hesitates.
It's a good metaphor in this stadium, right?
Yes, I think so. But he's like waiting there. You can see him kind of coiled up, waiting for the proper moment to pounce. He's not running just around without purpose. He looks like he's waiting to see how things develop to find. Is that something that you agree with as well, or is there a certain way you're using him in that pressure that you wouldn't use another player?
No. One of the reasons that I wanted him and a player with those characteristics is because of that. Because as I told you many times, for me the hero is the team. It's not one guy or that makes things happen. It's everybody has to make plays. So I wanted strikers that they are good with the ball and without the ball. And so, but regarding Enzo, for 100%, I agree with you. He has these characteristics, but I thought that he wasn't always well positioned. And then he ends up like running 3-4 places, but we didn't prepare like that. I think he has to channel his energy a lot better because he has a lot, and when he jumps, you can feel him jumping. But sometimes I think he was too eager, and this is also can be a mistake because it's not important just to run a lot, but you have to run well. You have to run a lot and run well in order to be effective, because everybody has got roles and responsibility in our press, and sometimes going out of position stops somebody that should be in that position, then he opens up space somewhere else. So this is an area that we need to improve with Enzo, but what I like about him is this energy that he has and is willing to run forward and to be aggressive without the ball. That's for sure. And I think he will get better and better with that.
Yeah, that's something easy to work on as far as spacing and with those things, and will improve over the season. Now looking towards this weekend with St. Louis, and you're scouting on them, what are your impressions of them from what you saw in their first game as a first-year team like Charlotte was last year, and how difficult do you see this game being?
Yeah, it's slightly different, even though it's an expansion year for them, the first year, but it's slightly different because they already come from a team that they had, right? As opposed to Charlotte that built everything from scratch. So they were already a team in USL. But they are a very aggressive team with a clear way of playing in that they want to, similar to the Red Bull style, I think. They want to play direct, they want to take advantage of second balls and to be aggressive in your face. And I think playing at their stadium, they will want to maximize that. But we need to be ready. We want to be able to match everything in terms of energy, in terms of aggressiveness, in terms of playing style. We will go with our style, they will have their own style, and then we have to... Our aim also is to play away like we play at home. So we will have our own style of play, and we will go there to give them a game.
And do you feel like with Charlotte's home opener, you started on the road last year, started at home this year. Is there an excitement, to that playing at home in that first match that you felt the players had to kind of get past that to fall into form?
I don't know, maybe. With the hindsight, everything gets different feeling, but to play at home is always exciting for us. This is without a doubt. We said it many times, but we have to be able to execute better certain situations, and we have to focus more on the game and less on the event, because obviously it was a very eventful day for many different reasons. Anton celebration and the first game opener, and I think that the expectation every time could be overwhelming, but we have to always focus on the game, because as I said, after the game is a marathon, it's not a sprint. I need to see the team that is improving, and I think the guys are working hard to improve on a daily basis, because we want to be a team that is consistent. So I don't really like this idea of having, an event that we get fired up. I don't like that, you see. I think that I like that we have to be fired up every time, and we need to be very focused and very committed and very clear about what we're going to do and execute, home and away. I want to have to get consistency. This excitement for one game is not for me. We need to grow into that, to become a consistent team that can execute our game plan wherever we are, home or away.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And I guess that, it might be a situation that can be exploited in St. Louis, because they will definitely have that excitement on their side this time. So that's it for me. Thank you. And
thank you, Steve.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, Jorge.
Hey, good morning, Christian. How are you?
Good morning, Jorge. Good. You?
Good.
Good.
You talked a little bit about it. I guess St. Louis have a very similar pressing style as New York Red Bulls, and I guess Philadelphia Union.
Sure.
Last year, you guys were successful against those teams at home. My question was more in terms of what did Charlotte do well during those games, and what they can maybe implement in this game against St. Louis.
No, I agree with you. I think the first thing is to have this mentality that home or away we execute the same game plan. Of course, the circumstances around us are different, but we need to focus on the game, what happens on the game, not disperse energy on what goes around, because that would be a mistake that sometimes it can happen, that we made maybe last season. We need to be really focused on what happens within this rectangle, the green rectangle, and then after we will see. But our focus has to be that on ourselves, on how we are going to execute the game plan, and how everybody carries his own roles and responsibility. I repeat one more time, for me the hero is the team. And I value a lot players that play for the team. That they understand the role of responsibility. Because to play within a team structure is more difficult than to play individually. To play individually sometimes is easier. But to play within a team structure all together with the same idea, interpreting the situation in the same way, with the ball, without the ball, in transition, this is what shows the intelligence of a player for me.
Mm-hmm. And then my second question to you would be, you mentioned that sometimes like playing at homes, players kind of feel like, I don't want to say like an extra pressure, but sometimes they do more because they want to make sure that they're playing a great game for the crowd. Do you feel like Charlotte goes into this game against St. Louis with maybe less pressure since they are coming off of a loss and St. Louis is coming off of a win?
No, I don't know that, Jorge. I think that we always, the pressure, the biggest pressure, I think it comes from ourselves. And also to have this support at home is amazing. And I love that. We said it many times, we love this. The players love this. So it's up to us to make sure that we find the balance to get the best out of that, because we love it. And not to get overexcited out of too much, generosity to give, because we have a business to take care of. And then after, in order to enjoy the game and the after game, we need to find the right balance. So this is on us, and I take the full responsibility for that. And so again, the pressure comes from us. We want to play our game, and whether we play at home or we play in St. Louis, congratulations to them to come back with a win from Austin. But we want to, at the same time, we want to play our own game in their stadium as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. And then we'll end it with Caleb.
Hey, Christian, hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Caleb.
I just wanted to ask you about the away match. We know last season that was something that the team struggled with. How important is it to get off on the right foot instead of standard in these away matches coming up here with St. Louis?
It's always important, Caleb. To get a result is always important, home or away. But at the same time, I have to look at, deeper than that, I have to look at the performance. And so what I'm looking for is to have a performance that is better, that we are building on what we showed on the first game, and that we are consistent in our performance, first half, second half, and then the result we'll see at the end. But for me, the most important thing is to take control of our performance. Obviously, the result at the end, we are in the business of results. I understand that very well. And I take full responsibility for that always. But because of that, I have to look at things that we can control. Sometimes you cannot control the result. You can control your performance, and then with that, you hope that if you do things well, consistently, the result will be in your favor.
Right.